Hey guys, welcome back. It's Mavi here today with episode 2 of Koyomimonogatari. This is directly after episode 1, so not too much to recap because these are all independent stories anyways. Let's just jump directly into the episode, which I do believe is going to feature Senjougahara. So let's get right into it. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Yep, and it is just by the opening. Staple. That's its name, right? Staple. Or something like that. Yeah, staple. For some reason, I feel like this song isn't all that popular, I guess you could say. Like, I definitely... I mean, it's a good song. It's just that I definitely feel like I don't hear it as often as some of the other songs. Like, definitely the ending for season 1 is very popular. And then also Sengoku's song, Lenai Circulation. I don't know why. I just don't hear this one all that often. Yomi Flower, huh? Alright. Last episode was Stone, this time it's Flower. May 9th. So, is this when... yes. Mm. Mm-hmm. It's been a while since we've seen, like... Oh. I mean, watching this sort of dynamic between these two is quite fun when you consider how lovey-dovey they are getting, like, in the current series. Flowers? Okay. What? I mean, you definitely did not visit the rooftop that way, right? Hmm? Did she already call her Nason this early?
彼女は他者に対して警戒心の強い女子なのだ。羽川が直江津高校のことを調べたのとは違う意味で、どこが危険でどこが安全か、誰が味方で誰が敵かを徹底的に調査したのだという。そして立ち入り禁止の屋上に花束があったというわけだ。
Alright. So these two both like to explore the school grounds, eh?
そう、不思議な話なのだ。直江津高校の18年の歴史の中で、生徒が死んだというような事件は一件も起こっていないのだから。
I mean, I can't blame them. I like to do that as well. It's nice to know, like, all nooks and crannies of your school.
で、どうなんだ、星野。今僕が持ってきた話には10万円くらいの価値はあるか？
Why would stories be worth...
荒木君ってあのお嬢ちゃんの電話番号とかメールアドレスとかって知ってる？
いや、聞いてない。
じゃあこう伝えてくれるかな。ご期待には添いかねますので、料金は別途用立ててくださいって。
どうしてこの話に1円の価値もないのかは教えてもらっといていいか？
まず荒木君たちが見たという交通事故現場についてだけれどさ、あそこでは先月死亡事故が起きているんだよ。
そうなのか。
あそこってもともと交通事故が起きやすい構造。
So I guess as part of his work, he also needs to investigate any killings around here.
千条ヶ原も危うく道路に飛び出すところだったしな。ああ、でも千条ヶ原の場合は献花された花束に気を取られてだったかな。道路の構造の問題じゃないのか。
問題は誰かが校舎から飛び降りて自殺したわけでもないのに、あるいは転落事故があったわけでもないのに、なぜか全ての屋上に花束が置かれていることだったね。
ああ、そうだよ。
まあ実際に転落するかどうかはともかく、屋上ってのは確かに事故の起こりやすい場所ではあるよね。だから立ち入り禁止にされていた。
Right?
屋上が開放されている学校ってのは冗談みたいに高いフェンスで囲まれてたりするしな。
An Attack on Titan reference? Alright.
学校の中にしても事故や事件が起きやすい場所というのはあるわけだ。わかりやすく言うとパワースポットの逆みたいなものかな。
霊的に悪い場所ってことか。なんかそういうのあるんだよな。鬼門の方角とかなんとか。
いや、そういうのとは違うけどね。事故が起こりやすい作りの場所ってのは全国至るところにある。また自殺者が自殺するのに選びやすい場所というのもあるけど、
Right.
それはあくまで地形とか環境とかの問題であって、霊的な要素は関係ないよ。
千条ヶ原が道路に飛び出しかけたの。
Quite ironic, isn't it? Oshino is the guy who is, you know, the apparition expert. Oh, you put it there? As a deterrence?
その逆もあるとは思わないかい？
後日談というか今回のオチ。そのオチがついたのは結構先の話となった。なぜなら僕は押野の話を聞いて納得してしまい、千条ヶ原にその件を報告しなかったからだ。それを思い出したのは5月の下旬あたりのことである。思い出した。要するに学校側の屋上管理の一環だったみたいなんだよな、あの花束。
屋上管理？
そう、鍵の管理とかフェンスの設置とかと同じ。まあその2つに比べたら気休めというかおまじないというか。
A good luck charm. Really?
花束を屋上に置くことが何の管理になるの？
悪趣味な企みではあるんだが、まるでここで誰かが死んだことを示すかのような花束を
So you'll be cautious?
直接的にここは危険だぞという警告代わりにしていたんだ。
I mean...
警告代わり？この先事故多しみたいなこと？
普通に危険だって言うんじゃありきたりで効果が薄いと思った誰かがいたんだろう。
I feel like that's kind of
過去にここで誰かが死んだ
ambiguous?
でもそれってジンクス以上の効果あるのかしら？
休めっつうか遊び心に近いものなんだろうって星野は言っていたよ。戸締まりとフェンスで落下防止策としては本来十分なんだからな。ただそれでも完全とは言えない。お前みたいに嘘をついて屋上に入る生徒が実際にいるわけだし。
ちょっと荒木くん、人を嘘つきみたいに言うのはやめてくれないかしら。私は口がうまいだけよ。
Okay.
毒舌じゃねえかよ。うまい毒とか最悪じゃねえか。だから完全とは言えない管理状況に際して学校側はそういうおまじないで気休めをしていたって話。
なるほど。けれど押野さん、荒木くんの話を聞いただけでどうしてそこまで断定することができたのかしら。
断定ってほどじゃないけれど、ほら僕もお前も同じように誤解していたけれど、事故にしろ自殺にしろ屋上からの転落があったのなら花束を置くのは屋上じゃないだろ。
あ、
落ちた先の地面だろ。
なるほど、それは誤解だったわ。だけど誰の身にも起こりうる間違いではあるわよね。
自己フォローが早いな。
まあ仕掛ける側としてはたとえその齟齬が分かっていたとしても花束は屋上に置くしかなかったというわけね。
Yeah, because if they put it on the ground, it's too late.
これからはもう行われないでしょうね。
そう、屋上の改修工事が始まったことが僕がこの件を思い出せたきっかけだった。屋上がそのような改修を余儀なくされているのは、先日校舎の外側を伝って屋上に入り込んだ生徒がいた。
Oh wait, Araragi really climbed beside a building?
学校側もまさか外から屋上に侵入する爆
Okay then.
新たなるフェンスの設置台、そしてもしも侵入者の正体が僕だとバレたら僕の身は退学では済まないだろう。無論それを促した戦場ヶ原の身もただでは。
Well, then again, he is a vampire, so I guess he won't really die from that.
いえ、秘密じゃ少し足りないわね。
足りなきゃ一体どうするんだよ。
もちろんこれまで通りにするのよ。
これまで通り。
忘れましょう。
Alright. Okay, and this is the same, I believe. Yeah. So, see you guys after this. Alright, that was the second episode. It was certainly fun to watch Senjougahara and Araragi interact in this one because, you know, in the current series, they are all pretty much getting all lovey-dovey with each other, right? It's almost, and I have to say, Senjougahara's facial features definitely softened up a lot throughout all these arcs and seasons and whatnot. And then here we get a kind of a feel for first season Senjougahara where, you know, I believe they already started dating in this, right? Yeah, because once Araragi fixed the entire thing of Senjougahara, they started dating. But in any case, you know, the what's it called? The interactions that they have, we definitely still have a more uptight kind of Senjougahara here, so it was kind of nostalgic watching her like this. But anyways, beyond that, there's actually the concept of this particular episode is actually pretty interesting, right? Because I feel like there's different interpretations to be made here. So one thing, which was the first thing I want to say is the point I was trying to get at during the episode is in regards to Oshino. So I found it kind of ironic where, you know, Araragi is there saying, hey, you know, quick to jump to, is this an aberration? Is that an aberration? Does this have to do with, like, curses and whatnot, or spirits, or bad energy, you know, that kind of stuff. And Oshino being the sort of expert on these sort of matters, right? The one most near, I guess you could say, aberrations and most familiar with aberrations and whatnot, is the quickest to dismiss all these other fluff, I guess you could say it, right? Especially things that, you know, as, you know, in normal culture, we would say, right? For instance, places that are more easily prone to accidents and whatnot, places that have a large amount of suicides and so on and so forth. We consider those places of concentrations of bad energy and so on and so forth. But Oshino was the first to say, hey, it's not because of that. Those are just because of its basic geological features, right? And the fact that it's a forest, that's why there are suicides there. The fact that it's a rooftop, so that's why there's prone to be suicides there. That kind of thing, right? So instead of, you would think that, as someone who is dealing with these kinds of supernatural matters, of course he would be cautioning us about that sort of stuff, but instead he's the one to quickly dismiss this instead. So I just found that quite interesting and a little bit ironic as well. But also, the more logical side to me, who doesn't really believe in these things in the first place, is saying, hey, see, there is a certain logic and a certain method to this, right? So instead of just being afraid of all these various different things, I just found it Oshino's interpretation of the situation pretty interesting, and I like it, right? And the second thing here is in regards to this entire concept of placing flowers on, because the general idea of this particular episode is that because they put flowers there, it makes people make the association with suicides and whatnot, and so that is how it acts as a deterrent, or if not, it can act as maybe just like a good luck charm, right? And I feel like that is kind of debatable, honestly. First of all, effectiveness, obviously you would need to have somebody who actually recognizes that there's a bouquet of flowers there, and then what it actually means, right? Because I feel like even just on that part, you're already looking at a lot of what ifs and assuming a lot of things, if you will. So that's from a more from a practical point of view. But even from a more superstitious point of view, I feel like this is not exactly the best way to go about things, right? I don't know about you guys, but in I feel like in Asian culture or Chinese culture, Mandarin culture, whatever you want to call it, there is this concept where you generally don't want to have anything associated with death, because that is, bad omens, superstition, just bad energy overall. So you don't want to do things related to that, right? Such because it's just bad luck. Assuming that someone has died, or making those kinds of references, those kinds of associations. I think the general idea is that the more you how can I say it, the more that you bring out or place these things that happen when someone dies and whatnot, it actually increases the chances of something like that happening, right? So it's actually a very taboo in more in more traditional minded people or whatnot to have this kind of saying. One of the most common superstitions, I think, in Asian culture, like in Japanese, Korean, and Chinese as well, and perhaps some other cultures, is like the use of the word for, right, which sounds similar to death, right? And that's why it's very commonly avoided, even in stuff like elevators or floors, or like house numbers or things of that sort, or car license plate numbers. So when you consider that there's this kind of aversion to this kind of thing, I feel like it makes even less sense to it in essence, it would almost be like placing a coffin up on a rooftop. Like, that is like more of an extreme example here, obviously, but you could make the argument that it's representing the same thing, wouldn't it? Right? So that's why I just feel like the entire situation is also quite ironic that they are using this type of method to act as a deterrence. I feel like both on a practical level and also on a superstitious level, it doesn't work either way. But hey, anyways, that was just a fun little off topic or on topic, depending on the way you look at it, talk for about all this. Because otherwise, these episodes, we're really just going through them, and yeah, just some little fluff to go through, right? So anyways, that's for this episode, and I will see you guys next week as well. Probably, I think 2 episodes per week. That should maybe work. No promises though. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but lately it's really been quite hard for me to keep a fixed schedule. But I'll do my best. Anyways, thank you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.